Welcome to The Buzz, the weekly sports show with all you need to know about AIC athletics. I'm your host, Seth Dussault, and there was plenty of action out over the break, so let's dive right in. And we'll begin on the basketball court, where our teams both went 1-1 on the week. On Wednesday night, the teams hosted the College of St. Rose. The women were within one at halftime, but a strong fourth quarter propelled the Golden Knights to a 65-54 victory in spite of 20 points from Destiny Perry. The men, however, turned in a fantastic performance, rushing out to a 47-29 halftime lead and winning 80-59 as 5 different players reached double digits in scoring. On Saturday, the Yellow Jackets faced Franklin Pierce. On the women's side, Perry went off again, had 15 in the fourth frame. Rashana Siders had 21 for the game, hitting clutch threes down the stretch to keep her team ahead as AIC won 63-58. The men had a tough go offensively in the first half, and despite eventually getting 3 players into double figures, couldn't catch up to the Ravens in a 70-56 setback. The teams next host St. Anselm Tuesday night and then visit Assumption on Saturday. On the ice, the hockey team took on number 12 Providence on Thursday, and the Friars were able to come out with a 5-0 win. Stefano Durante made 37 saves between the pipes in his second straight start. He stopped 102 of the last 110 shots he's faced in his 3 appearances this second half, and a .927 save percentage. The team heads to Bentley for a rivalry weekend. That's Friday and Saturday in Atlantic Hockey Conference play. Track and field was at the Dartmouth Relays over the weekend, and a few performances stood out. 4x200 meter relay team won its race in 1:44.07. They beat New Hampshire and Central Connecticut by a wide margin in that race. Deja Middlebrooks to Maya Phipps went 1-2 in the triple jump for AIC. On the men's side, Jason Beaver pushed the pace with a 4:25 mile time, beating out 19 Division I runners in his opposition. The teams will compete again at the Smith College Invitational on Saturday. Wrestling was at the Shorty Hitchcock Memorial Open in Millersville on Saturday. A few wrestlers rang up wins over tough opposition. Jacob Marcelli scored a 17-7 major decision against David Colton of Drexel. Jojo Gonzalez had 5 wins, beating opponents from Army, Penn, George Mason, Buffalo, and Navy, with the last 3 via fall. Raul Mateo also picked up a win via fall on the day. The team heads back to Pennsylvania this coming Saturday for the Kutztown duels against Shippensburg, Millersville, and Pitt Johnstown. And that brings us to our athletes of the week. This week, the winners are Destiny Perry of women's basketball, while Jorge Blanco of women's track and field. Perry averaged 17.5 points, 6 rebounds per game in the 2 matchups this week, while Blanco was strong, performing for the 4x200, 4x400 teams at Dartmouth, helping the team to beat out Division I competition. So that's the buzz, but before we go, we want to remind you our first Yellow Jackets Club luncheon of the semester is next Tuesday, January 21 at 11:15 a.m. in the Stinger Pub. There's no cost to come celebrate the best performances of December and January by your Yellow Jackets. We'd love to have you join us. I'm Seth Dussault, the voice of the Yellow Jackets, thanking you for tuning in. Go Jackets!